Hey traders, Daniel here with ImproveYourTrades.com. Once again, I'm joined by my dad, Peter. Say hello, Dad.
Hey guys, how's it going today?
And once again, we are going to be talking about stocks, what we think certain stocks, how they will be reacting within the next 30 days or so. We always like talking about stocks, so we figure we would put it in a video to maybe help you guys out and show us or show you how we analyze some stocks. So let's get the disclaimer out of the way real quick. The information shared on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only. It's not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a qualified advisor before investing. We do not guarantee accuracy and are not responsible for any losses incurred. Please trade responsibly. So once again, you're going to have improveyourtrades.com resources in the link below. Click there. You got financial news websites, data analysis, platforms, tools, etc. All right, Dad, let's get into it real quick. I'll pull a bar chart and you could give me the first stock.
Let's go to Amazon.
You said Amazon?
Amazon, AMZN. Everybody knows Amazon.
Right,
Everybody
I was going to say,
wished when they
never
first
heard
heard
of it.
about it 30 years ago, invested $1,000. I read an article that the owner of Amazon, Bezos, tried to convince his family members to invest 10,000. And if they would have back then, I think it was like they would be a billionaire now.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember what stock I sent you, but yeah, there was another one where it was like, oh yeah, if you would have done,
even
oh,
a
it was
thousand dollars.
Nvidia. It was Nvidia.
Yeah, I think it was
If you would have
Nvidia.
put, yeah, like what, $300, a couple of years ago, whatever, like it would be worth like 10 million or something. It's crazy. Um, but that happens with lots of stocks. Okay, Amazon. Tell me about Amazon. Here's the yearly chart. Oh, this is the yearly chart. Here you go.
Amazon seems to have rebound. It seemed like last October, November, a lot of the stocks hit a bottom. And since then, there's been an upward trend, even with our inflation, even with high interest rates, the economy, even though I don't know if it's fake news, but they claim that we're not doing well, but people are still ordering, packages. It's so much easier just to click and receive a box at your door within 2 or 3 days. And Amazon doesn't really have competition because based on their excellent service. So
Yeah, I
this
heard
stock,
their Amazon Web Service, really carries their company now. It's not so much about the customers ordering things, but like Amazon Web Service is in so many different things now. Like it is very powerful for sure.
I didn't know that.
Um,
See, so that's
yeah.
and then
So,
on
oops, go ahead.
and I think it's a strong buy on bar chart that looks at it from a technical standpoint. That means the momentum is moving very solidly in the upward direction.
Mhm.
So from even since January, it's up almost $30 from 150 to 178. And this stock from almost a
Yeah.
year ago has gone from 100, not quite doubled, but it's gone up $78 per share.
Yeah.
So it seemed like this is a good investment. Anytime you can buy it low, buy it. But it seemed like that low $100 price is gone. Amazon did have a stock split, which means that it was worth $1,000, and they decided to bring the price down to 100 and
Yeah.
gave people, I think it was a 10 for 1 or 20, whatever the stock split
Yeah.
was. It gave shareholders more stock, but it brought the price down, so the public can start buying it again.
Yeah.
And this stock could go from 100 all the way back up to $300-400. I'm not sure how far it'll go, but let's see.
All right, so we'll talk
41.
about, again, like you said, bar chart has a strong buy, 41 analysts have a strong buy right here.
Wow.
Pretty much the whole pie.
Wow.
1 month price performance up 6.5%, for the quarter up 17%, and for the year up 82%. And again, like every time it just feels like it kind of like it's gonna stall a little bit, and it'll build like a little shelf, but then it'll just keep going up. So I don't know. Here's the chart on FinViz, which helps you draw, like trend lines automatically. I haven't drawn any of this stuff. It gets drawn automatically. So you see a couple moving averages, you see a couple trend lines, and again, you could see it just goes up, up, and up. They had earnings in, what is that? February 1st. Great as always, I guess. So
Right. And then back in October, they had earnings. Back in August, they had earnings. And you see these green boxes, and if down to click on them, they'll tell you that they surprised the analyst and they made more money than, analysts thought they were going to make. So, Amazon is pushing all the right buttons. It's making all the right decisions. They're broadening just like, and I didn't know that what Daniel mentioned. They're just not an online retailer any
Yeah.
longer. They are into other services
Yeah.
generating additional revenue.
Yeah. And
So,
what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, really, again, lots of surprises. You could see this, right? When I click on it,
yeah,
can you see? Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Because
Yeah, it shows
sometimes it won't
everybody.
show like little pop-ups. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's scroll down a little bit, check out some things. Okay, everyone's saying, yeah, totally buy it. Wells Fargo. I always
Yeah,
laugh when I see Wells
everyone's
Fargo's
a
there.
buy positive outperform.
Yeah.
You know,
So, right. That's what I was going to say. So just like Disney, I think we talked about Disney a few weeks ago. When I look at Amazon, I'm not investing in Amazon. So, again, I'm not going to talk about stocks that I'm investing in on here. But if I was to, I would want to see what percentage of their business, is for retail, is for streaming services or whatever. Like I want to feel comfortable, that all their eggs are not in one basket, kind of like the AWS, Amazon Web Services. If 90% of their business is that, and that goes away, then what do you have? Just like Disney, Disneyland was hurting for a while, so it's like at the parks, right? If the parks start struggling, how much of that is going to impact the business? So same thing with Amazon, if customers start canceling in mass, what's going to happen to the stock price? Like, is
good point.
that my
Very
whole
good point.
business is gone, or whatever.
Very good
So
point.
yeah, that's the only thing I would look at. Okay, reiterated, lots of news as always. There's always something going on with Amazon. Scroll down, lots of insider sales. But again, like we say, that's just the market. Seems like a lot of people are selling off, but the market keeps going up. So it's great. All right, Dad,
Right.
just let me know where you think in 30 days what this is going to be. It's about 180.
180, I still see it continuing uptrend. I still see that it would go up to, let's say, 220. Or in 30 days, say, let's go to 200.
Yeah,
That's
it should
another
be around
$20.
200. Yeah.
Around 200. You know, uh,
Um,
I don't see the people not ordering Amazon, or is like now that people are addicted to Amazon. So I don't see them just taking a boycott Amazon for a week. I don't see that happening. So
Yeah,
I
I
see
mean, they
the stock
try
continue.
that, but then again, like there's no competition, like you
There's no
said.
competition.
So it's like, where else are you gonna go? Dude, I just went
Right.
to Target today and they closed like the lines, the self-checkouts, right? So they closed the self-checkouts, and then now it's like they had like one cashier with like a long line of people, and then they lock everything up in the things, and it's like, wait, and like Target, I'm telling you, I don't know, I don't like shopping there anymore, and I used to love it. So same thing with Amazon. It's like, people don't really like shopping there, but they do it because there's no one else. So same thing with
So
Target.
convenient. There's
Yeah,
no
if
one in
they
front of you. There's no one dropping their credit card on the ground. No one digging for change. On
yeah,
Amazon, you see it, you click it, you buy it. Then if you don't like it, you take it to your nearest Kohl's or UPS store and return it. No
right.
questions asked.
And that's the point I was trying to make. Target's making it more difficult for me to shop there. Guess where
Right.
I'm going to go? To Amazon. Like
Yeah.
couple clicks and it's there next day, whatever. All right, next stock. Oh, and by
Let's
the way,
go.
I think we're at 200 too, if I didn't say that, for
Okay. Yeah.
Amazon 30 days.
Next up, let's go to General Motors. A couple of months ago, we looked at Ford. This stock has more market share in the United States than Ford, and let's see what they're doing.
All right, so click here. Ooh, interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, let's pull up on FinViz as well. I like FinViz's chart much better.
So do I. It has a better view of a trend,
Yeah,
of the candlesticks, red and
look at
green,
that.
volume at the
Today,
bottom,
oh,
at the
a
bottom. Look at
couple
that
days
spike of
ago,
volume right there.
there was
Yeah.
so much volume
Look at that.
compared to like the average, right? The average is around like 26.
And it went almost up to 80,
28. No. Oh, you're right. That's the
60.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 30, and then it went up to 80 million. So 30 million on average, 20 to 30 million on average, jumped up to 80 million, and I bet you something happened. So let's see. That is, if I mouse over, it tells me March 15th. So then I'll just scroll down real quick to March 15th. Yeah, nothing really happening. So why did it
See,
explode
and
in
that's the
volume?
market. Sometimes we can't explain a
No.
spike, but what you can explain is that you had, 3 times the volume on a stock, all green, all buying, and they didn't care if they bought it a quarter more or 50 cents more than the going price. They want to own General Motors now for the future. So this stock, maybe an indicator, but do your research. Maybe the indicator this stock is going to be trending much higher in the near or the next 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely broke resistance right there, and it broke
It
it with
definitely broke
some,
resistance, and
with some
then it
strength.
spiked on the day, broke resistance.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to so strong buy for bar chart, of course. Bar chart's like I love bar chart, right? We love bar chart, but it's like sometimes, if I want advice, it's like, should I buy this? They're like, yes, totally, right now, 100%. It's like, what? I don't want to hear 100% buy, that scares me. Um, so moderate buy, you have 11 strong buys. So about half the pie chart for the analysts are saying strong buy, of course. 1 month price performance up about 10%, for the quarter up about 21%, and for the year up about 27%. So we'll come back over here. We'll look at the downgrades. Did they announce earnings yet? Nope. You have upgrades, in the last year. So that looks cool. And then not much insider trading. So
Not
yeah,
much
I mean, it's
insider.
probably the same as Ford. Let me pull up Ford real quick just to see. And again, yeah, I think it was a couple weeks ago, or a couple shows ago for Ford.
Right.
Yeah, it does look different for
See, it
sure.
looks different. See, General Motors is a stronger
Yeah,
stock. I think they have basically what I mean by stronger is they have a bigger portfolio and volume of cars that they sell throughout the United States than
yeah,
they have for years. Ford has stumbled with their new vehicles that they make. Uh, General Motors seems to have a better I guess idea of what the American public wants to drive. So they have more sales. So their stock is worth 3 times as much.
yeah. They've always
And
been a
that chart, yeah.
good,
So
solid company. So what is Ford's dividend is 15, and then GM's dividend is 12. So, but yeah, they've always been a solid company, I think. But again,
correct.
I'm not investing in it. So,
Nope, neither am I. It
um,
just looked like something to take a look at.
yeah. Okay, so 42, yeah, sure. Are you thinking 50 in the next 30 days?
Yep, I'm thinking 50 in the next 30 days.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's got some strength. I mean, today's, especially with that announcement, Powell's announcement or whatever, everything's going up today. Um, but that's good. Okay, so next stock,
Let's go to Alibaba,
is it Baba?
BABA.
Yeah,
Yeah. And this one here is a somewhat competitor, if there was one, to Amazon, but
yeah,
it's not.
right, right.
And
It's not. Yeah,
This is a Chinese stock. So we talk about the Chinese economy here.
yeah,
So,
right.
and the Chinese economy in the last year, as you could see, probably follows this downward trend. And the reason I picked this stock, okay, we have a downward trend. And now to do your research, for the next, now is building that base here at the bottom between, that 60 and 75. How long will it stay in this trading channel? Will it hit that resistance and bust down to support? And when will it break out? And that's the reason I selected the stock today too. That way you can kind of follow this in the months to come to see when, and trying to learn something from a technical point of view.
Yeah. Okay, Baba, 56% sell for the analysts on bar chart at the top right, and then scroll down. You have, so again, very interesting. So bar
Yeah.
chart saying 56% sell, and then down here the analysts are saying no, strong buy, so interesting. Most of the pie chart is saying buy, strong buy. And then for the month performance, you have up 1% approximately, for the quarter up 1%, and for the year down 8.5%. Let me pull up Amazon's real quick again, because I want to see, I kind of, can see a little bit of a pattern. So like the beginning of this year, you see Amazon's taking off. And then the beginning of this year, you see like, Baba's flattening out. But like we said with Alibaba, they don't have the AWS service, right? They're not partnered with the NFL and like all this, so right, they're just a retailer, I think,
Correct.
and a international one at that. So
And that's a very good point you made out, Daniel, that if you're a one-trick pony, if you only have one sources of revenue and that revenue drives up, this is what happens. You do have a downward trend. The earnings are still showing green. And that's something to look at too. In August, right past September, there was mid-August, they had up earnings. Um, End of November, they had up earnings. And they finally had a negative earnings here, this year. So
yeah, they
that's
did good
interesting.
on revenue, but bad on EPS. So
Mhm. And
earnings.
they reported $36.5 billion in revenue. So this is not a small little,
Right.
small cap
It's
company.
solid. And
It's a
I
solid
think
company.
right. And I think there's just these last few months, there's just uncertainty, right? Like there's people that really want to buy this right now, and there's people that really want it to go down. So, I think it's just a crossroads, and so I don't know. The ball's
I
in
don't
your
know.
court, Alibaba.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so what do you think next 30 days?
I think the next 30 days it's going to stay in this trading channel. I would be shocked if it got above 80.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Right.
right now I'm kind of still a little bearish on this stock. Bearish meaning that I think
Same.
it's not going to really spike up yet.
Yeah.
Still trying to decide.
Yeah.
The I guess the shareholders, us future shareholders, want to see a little bit more positive earnings, or see a new product coming out, or a new source of revenue, like Dan was talking about with Amazon. And then you might see, like we've said in the past, it's very, very difficult to pick a bottom on any stock. So it's better to pick a stock that has made a trend, or change in the direction of the trend. And this one here, I would not be a buyer or I would continue to do the research on the stock.
Okay. Same. I don't think
Yeah.
it's going above 80. All right, real quick. We have 3 minutes left. Let's do one more.
Let's go DraftKings.
Wow, that's a good one. Dude, I just drove by.
DKNG.
Yeah, I told you I golfed this weekend with some friends. That was
Yeah.
awesome. And we drove by one of the DraftKings buildings out here in Vegas, and it was nice. And I was like, "Hey, that's where all the money's going."
Wrong stock symbol.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Norris.
What is it?
DKNG.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But yeah, I went by their building. It was super nice, and they had all this stuff. I'm like, that's where all the the losses are going
Exactly.
for all the people. But I would love to do DraftKings. I don't know.
Me too. I mean,
Sounds fun. I just don't have money like that.
this stock here, you look at it for 3 months, it's showing a strong buy. FinViz would probably give us a better look at
Is that
that
what it
one
said?
year.
Strong buy. See,
Yeah,
100%. Boom.
yeah,
Let's scroll down real quick. Okay, 23% strong buy again. Most of the pie charts, like, dude, this is a solid, stock. And it might be, maybe in a couple years, it's just the thing. 1 month price performance, 12%. For the quarter, 35%. And for the year, 168% for the year. Look, boom. Buy it out here at 25 and you're double your money. So that's cool.
yes. So this,
November. Yeah,
you know, and it's still trending upward. It's still
sure
trending
is.
upward,
And
even
a
with that
huge candle
negative
today.
earnings report here recently.
Yeah, people don't care.
No, because they know that the American public likes to gamble. This
There's
is
so much
now
money in
a
gambling.
stock
Yeah.
that you can make money on without gambling. It's big money, but every stock, always think every stock is a gamble. So do your due diligence and the research, as we always say at the very beginning, because and if you were right, 7, 8 out of 10, you're making money. Because you are going to have some losses some of the times. We're not always going to be right on our start picks. So you just got to take the good with the bad, and hope at the end of the day you've made more better good investments than poor investments.
Yeah. And we have less than a minute remaining, but I was going to say with this one, I'm going to give you a challenge. Do you think it's going to hit 60? I think it's going to blow past 50, but do you think it'll hit 60 in the next 30 days?
No,
Okay.
no, I think it'll probably hit about 55 and start to retract back, and probably come back down to that. It probably get in a trading range between 44 and 55.
Okay. And one more thing I want to say about this, I like that it doesn't seem like they have a lot of overhead, right? So like with
Oh,
Amazon, they have warehouses, whatever. DraftKings just an app, and some computer servers.
oh, that's a good point
Um,
too.
Yeah.
Very good point.
All right. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please check out improveyourtrades.com/resources for my dad. Once again, thanks for watching and have a
Yeah.
great day.